Most people see a car and see a machine. Soichiro Honda saw a soul. In 1914, in a tiny village in Japan, a young boy stood in the dirt, mesmerized. He had just seen a car for the first time, a Ford Model T. As it rattled past, leaving a cloud of thick black smoke, most people plugged their noses. But Soichiro, he ran toward the smoke. He knelt in the dirt, pressed his nose to the oil stains on the ground, and inhaled. He didn't know it yet, but that smell would become his life's obsession. But this isn't a story about a lucky genius. This is a story for anyone who has ever been told no. It's for anyone who has watched their hard work crumble into dust, not once but 3 times. Today, we look at the man who failed more than anyone else, only to become the name that moves the world. By the age of 30, Soichiro wasn't a CEO. He was a grease-covered mechanic with a dream: to build piston rings for Toyota. He poured every cent he had into his workshop. He slept on the floor. He pawned his wife's jewelry just to buy scrap metal. Finally, he produced his first batch. He took them to Toyota expecting a life-changing contract. They looked at his work, laughed, and told him his quality was not up to standard. He was broke. He was a laughingstock. But here is where the Honda spirit was born. Instead of quitting, he went back to school. For 2 years, he was humiliated by professors who told him his designs were flawed. He didn't care. He was a man possessed. Finally, in 1939, Toyota signed the contract. He had won. He built a factory, hired workers, and prepared for greatness. Then the world caught fire. World War II began. Imagine building your dream with your bare hands, only to watch the sky open up and destroy it. In 1944, US B-29 bombers leveled the Honda factory. Most men would have sat in the rubble and wept. Soichiro? He watched the bombers drop extra gasoline cans and called them gifts from President Roosevelt. He used those discarded cans as raw materials to rebuild. But the universe wasn't done with him. Just months after he rebuilt, a massive earthquake shook the Nankai region. In seconds, his factory wasn't just damaged, it was flat. Gone. Everything he had worked for since that day in the dirt as a boy was now a pile of broken concrete. He had no money, he had no factory. He had a wife and children to feed in a country that had just lost a war. He sold what was left of his machinery to Toyota for pennies. He was 40 years old and he was back at zero. Post-war Japan was a graveyard of dreams. Gasoline was rationed. Public transport was non-existent. People were walking miles just to find food. One afternoon, Soichiro looked at his wife's old bicycle and then at a small generator engine left over from the war. He had an idea so simple it was brilliant. Why not put them together? He built a motorized bike for himself, then for his neighbors. Suddenly, everyone wanted one, but he had no factory to build them. He did something desperate. He wrote 18,000 personal handwritten letters to bicycle shop owners across Japan. He told them, "Japan needs to move again. Help me build a company that will give people their freedom back." Out of 18,000 people, 3,000 responded with small amounts of money. It was enough. He didn't build a car first. He built the Super Cub, the most popular vehicle in human history. He didn't just build a bike, he built hope. He called his new company Honda Motor Co., and he told his workers one thing: we will not just compete with the world, we will win. Today, Honda is a global titan. From Formula One tracks to the lawnmower in your backyard, the name is synonymous with reliability. But when Soichiro Honda looked back on his life, he didn't talk about his billions. He said, "Success represents the 1% of your work which results from the 99% that is called failure." He was a man who failed until he couldn't fail anymore. He was a man who saw bombing as a gift and an earthquake as a fresh start. If you're watching this right now and you feel like you're at zero, if your factory has been leveled and your piston rings have been rejected, remember Soichiro. The dirt under your fingernails today is the foundation of your empire tomorrow. Because the only way you truly lose is if you stop running toward the smoke. Keep dreaming, keep building, and never, ever stop. If this story gave you the spark you needed today, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. Unstoppable